Hey everybody, welcome back to Crushin Cans on the Habs Tonight YouTube
Woo!
channel. I'm joined with my usual co-host, Derek. How's it going today, buddy?
It's been a while, bud.
Been a while.
Been a while. The demand for
Friday
cans
night.
was high. It was
Yeah,
high.
Friday night, about quarter way through the NHL season, so we thought we'd jump on, have some beers, talk some hockey, a little bit of an outline. We'll get through the Montreal Canadian stuff first because we are on the Habs Tonight YouTube channel. And then we will be going throughout the league with the jerseys, not the shit jersey, but we'll be talking about jerseys. We'll be talking about Brendan Lemieux, Brad Marchand, contenders, pretenders, maybe some fantasy hockey sleepers or guys that are doing well if you guys need to make some tweaks to your team. But once again, Crushing Cans crew back with you guys, Habs Night YouTube channel. Just have some drinks on a Friday night, bud.
What do you got there?
I just got a couple domestic Bud Lights for me today.
Nice. I went out and got
run to the grocery store.
Got myself some Rabbit Punch.
No, just a couple Bud Lights here. What do you got? Oh, nice.
Got the Rabbit Punch.
So,
hey, you glitched a little there. Sorry, I jumped the gun. Oops.
It's all good. Let's get right into it. The Montreal Canadiens, complete stink fest. Obviously, we saw the news last week. Bergevin has been relieved. Jeff Gorton is the vice president of the hockey operations. It had to come, right?
Well, it was probably better sooner than later, right? Because you don't want this to drag out all season. And then guys get stuck in limbo, and it's been a tire fire. Let's just be honest. It is what it is. But I mean, you've been talking a bit about this off and on past couple of weeks. So
yeah, and it's been tough because obviously the roster Bergevin built, he thought it was gonna be better coming off the Stanley Cup final run. I know some people were hesitant about the roster, but the amount of injuries and key guys that left, or vets that left, or vets that are hurt and not playing so far this year, I mean, it was just a recipe for disaster from the get-go.
Well, and like, you don't know if there are lingering injuries considering, short off season and whatnot. But I mean, again, today, Petrie not on the trip going down to Nashville, called up another guy. Anderson's out, I think, what they say, 2 to 4. So I don't, I mean, some of the young guys are going to get a shot here. So, play with the house money. I think I'm going to just throw it out there, but trade before Christmas, New Year even. Yeah. Maybe just minor trade, nothing big, but maybe shake it up.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before we went live. I've said it numerous times on Twitter now too, is a benefit of Jeff Gorton coming in is he's not attached to any of these players, and he hasn't came out and said he hasn't said it's a complete rebuild yet. He said he's still getting familiar with the team, which is fair. You don't want to make drastic moves if you don't have to. There's contracts, there's money, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into this, and assessing who is valuable to you through this rebuild, retool, revamp, whatever you want to call it. But I think you're going to see some changes coming this season and in the offseason that may surprise some fans because, like we were saying, Gorton has no attachment to any of these players, any of this staff, anything.
That's what you want, though. Like, if, the way the season's going and you're kind of stuck in that limbo where, they're worse than I thought they would be. But now, do you keep this team and you sit in the middle where you're not a top draft pick, you're not a high, like a low end, you're stuck in the middle. So you have to build with what you have. So, I mean, I said this to you like a couple months ago. I think Gallagher might be traded. For even, they've been talking about if Carey wants out, he gets out. Like that's that is what it is, and it'll figure itself out. But you could get a lot back for some of these guys, draft picks, roster players right now, where you can kind of do what the Rangers have done, where you just kind of retool and then bang, 2 years, you're right back at it.
Yeah. And that's the thing that's interesting about the Montreal Canadiens situation is because of certain contracts and length and money, I'm not sure they can do a complete rebuild. I mean, anybody can do a complete rebuild. It's going to be finding suitors for that kind of money and term. But like you said, Gallagher, Price, any of these guys that are the original Bergevin core are obviously they're on the table. And I think you ask Gallagher and Price themselves, do you want to stay or do you want to go? And as fans, you got to be willing to accept either or. I mean, if Price and Galley want to leave because they think they only got a couple years left to go get that cup, let them go, because what you will get in return for these guys is only going to help this team later down the line. As much as we love them, don't get me wrong, we all love Gallagher, we love Price, we're big fans. But if they want to go win a cup, you got to give it to them, because what they've gave to the Montreal Canadiens in the fan base the last 10 years, 15 years, it's been incredible, right? But like you were saying, you got to look at everything, because what these kind of guys can get you in return, it's incredible.
You got
and
to go out and get it. Go out and get it
exactly.
while, the value is still there.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I mean, Carey Price is
you
coming
go-
off a big run, right?
Yeah. Well, and he is Carey Price, right? So, and even Galley, if they say he goes 20 games without a goal, where it's like, shit, there was an offer earlier in the season. We said, no, we're going to try and wait. And then, you know what I mean? You kind of deter the value there, but young guys are going to get a shot, and that's kind of what you want, because maybe, you can turn it around a bit faster with that without having to maybe get rid of your, top end guys.
Yeah. And that's the interesting thing too, is with unloading some of these guys, you can retain salary because you're no longer going for it, right? So a Carey Price deal, you could trade him to, we talked about this, Colorado or Edmonton. Either of those two teams gets Carey Price. They're already on kind of a contending status right now. And what Colorado and Edmonton can give you in return, first round pick, obviously, if Price is going. You'd get a roster player for sure, prospect. There's just so many different avenues that make this rebuild or retool faster if these guys do want to go. But another one in particular I want to talk about, I want to get your opinion, is what a guy like Ben Sherratt could do for a contending team if they need a solid 4-5D. I'm not saying Ben Sherratt's the be-all, end-all, but they're saying right now, several hockey insiders, that Sherratt can land you a first, and that is a guy you want to trade because his contract's up. And if you get a first-round pick for Ben Sherratt, that's just great asset management.
And he's only getting more expensive as the season goes on.
Exactly.
And that's a guy in the trenches too that you want, where, I mean, you look at teams like Washington, if they have the space, that would be your ideal defenseman. The Bruins, I mean, you don't want to trade within your division, but, you're not going to be in the playoffs. It's not like he's going to come back and bite you in the ass in the second round anyway. So, I mean, even teams out west, it's got big teams like St. Louis or Colorado. They have those puck moving defensemen, but they don't have that gritty back end guy that's gonna, bang bodies, because you don't want Makar and Byram making those plays. They've already been hurt already this year, and they could re-aggravate something and whatnot. But
yeah, even the Edmonton Oilers, they could use a D.
Yeah, I mean, Nurse. You got Nurse, Barry, Keith. Because they let Ethan Bear go. He was a guy that was there that kind of played that role. I think Sherratt's a little bit of a higher end defenseman than him, but that'd be a nice spot. Is Edmonton, they going to go all in though this year? I think
you got McDavid and Draisaitl at over 2 points per game pace.
That's crazy.
And they're lighting it up right now. And I think if you're the GM in Edmonton, you got to think about going all in soon. I know they're not close to being out of their prime or anything, but I mean, this year something's obviously working. And I think if you can either add a defenseman or add a Carey Price kind of factor for playoffs, goodness gracious, watch out, because that'd be a fun team to watch. And then, like I was saying earlier, Montreal's going to take its licks, but they'll be better in the long run when they get some of these draft picks, prospects, or even roster players could help a bit. But no, it's certainly interesting. And I know we as a team as Habs tonight, we've kind of talked about just kind of happy now that there's a sense of direction, at least. Like the fans aren't left in the blank of, are they still trying to make this year? But now it's like, okay, new GM in, or sorry, not a GM. They're still looking for a GM. But Gordon's came out and said like he's going to be transparent. He wants a skilled and fast hockey team, and you'll see the blueprint that he's going to lay out. He said in the coming weeks. So as fans, I'm just kind of happy there's a sense of direction now, and you're not just you're not just sitting there going, "What's going on?"
And you're not stuck in
Limbo.
No, yeah.
Well,
there's got to be a move quick then, just to kind of be like, hey, I'm here. I'm starting right now.
Yeah, because I think last night was his first game Thursday night against Colorado. Was his first game in person. He's going to go to Nashville with the team. I don't think you're going to see any moves until after Christmas, obviously, but
before the
I think
Olympics,
you're going to see a move in the offseason, or not the offseason, sorry, in the start of the new year.
Before Olympic break, if they go, which I don't.
If they go, that's another thing we can talk about.
I don't think they're going to go.
I don't think so either. But
no.
And like you said, a lot of these teams kind of want to make these deals not the trade deadline anymore. They kind of want to get them in their system for a month, practicing and stuff. That way they're hitting the ground running when playoffs do start.
2 in a row.
But little spilly pants. But moving on from that,
fuck. This is ridiculous.
Let's talk Olympics quickly because it's topic of news right now. It's will the NHL end up going, and it's looking really bleak.
I think I heard somewhere if they test positive there, they have to stay for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, they have to quarantine for 3 weeks if they test positive over
Who wants to do that?
Exactly.
No. McDavid goes over there and tests positive, and now he can't come back. If you're the Oilers, you're like, hey, whoa here.
Exactly. And a lot of people don't understand the NHL, forgive me, but they don't give a shit about the Olympics. The NHL, like Bettman and them, they don't care. They don't make money off the Olympics.
No.
So they do not want to jeopardize their season. If they start postponing games in the NHL and they got to make it up, they don't care about the Olympics because they want to get their season in. They want to get their things done. They're paying these players a lot of money to play in the NHL, not the Olympics. I know the players want to go to the Olympics. That's not the story here. What I'm saying is the NHL as an ownership or business is not going to put aside everything just for the Olympics.
Do the Olympics, but run it in North America. What's wrong with that?
That'd be pretty cool. But I don't think they're going because all these teams, I mean, Montreal just got him. Gallagher and Sami Niku, COVID positive. Unfortunately, we hope they get better. The Islanders were riddled with it.
They have 12
Sharks,
points. 13 now because they lost in overtime last night. Like, they 2 times back-to-back Eastern Conference final. Like, are they even going to make the playoffs this year? They got to go on a tear.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring up the Olympics too is because if the NHL players do not go, there's a potential our boy may be going.
Yeah.
Dale
Keeps
could
going.
have an opportunity to make it. Big hit in his game yesterday. Massive hit, if you could see the clip. But the funny thing is, Buddy jumps back
got
up
and scored. Dale was admiring.
But Dale scored too.
Yeah, the game winner too.
Yeah, so
Second,
good. Happy for Dale.
2 games in a row because he got the shootout winner against Frolunda there.
Yeah, sick jerseys. I told him to. I was like,
great jerseys. I asked him, I'm like, hey, get me one of those. He's like, what? I'm like, I don't care. I don't want one of yours. So I'm like, just get me one of those.
It's off the ice. I texted him. I was like, how about those jerseys? Like, you weren't kidding. I was like, I know they're sick.
They're so nice.
But yeah, it'd be cool to see Dale. If Dale's in the Maple Leaf here in February, it'd be pretty exciting.
Could be earlier.
Yeah.
Spangler Cup.
Spangler. That's true. And the rumors are right now that Claude Julien will be coaching the Spangler and Olympics if the NHL is not going.
His boy. Dale's boy.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not getting into that. But no, I want to talk to you. Speaking of Claude Julien, and just made me think of the Boston Bruins, but then in turn, I'm scatterbrained here. The Islanders. We were talking about the Islanders before we got onto this tangent. Was how rough is it to start a season with like 15 games on the road, waiting for the new rink? Like their playoff chances are pretty much ruined before they played a home game.
But you're gonna get all those home games though.
Yeah, but
right? Where
remember that stat though when you see come American Thanksgiving about playoffs, the Islanders are not looking good. I don't know what's going on. I know they're on the road for the 14, 15 games, and
Well,
then they got riddled with COVID.
That's on the arena though. Like, why couldn't you play in there? You played with no fans for. Was the ice in?
No, like the rink was not ready. It was still being built. Like they finished it the week they played.
Get the fucking ice in. Play with no fans. You've done it for the last 2 seasons. Like, isn't that
That's true?
Right? Have a guy in there flipping over like goals and stuff in the penalty box. You don't need a scoreboard. Like, there's no fans. Right? Like, just whatever. Let them. Yeah. Right? Like, like those like high school things where they keep score like this. Yeah, whatever. Go that way.
I don't know if they're going to make it. I mean, I know losing Leddy was a big thing for them.
He was good too. I like him. I've liked him since he was in Chicago.
And then Chara came in. He was playing with
why would you bring
Ryan Pulock, who's struggling. It just seems like everybody's struggling, and I don't know if it's from the long runs, the last couple of years, the short off seasons, the COVID, everything in between, if it's taking a toll on them. But I mean, a lot of people had these guys as cup contenders for what they did. Like they brought in Parisi there. They've added some depth. They got 2 stud goalies in Varlamov and Sorokin.
One of the shutout leaders, I believe.
Yeah, in a decent decor, decent forward group.
I
just don't know what's going on.
I think they're a team that can actually, they'll shut it down, start playing playoff hockey now and going 2-1 games. Get up 2-1 and then just play a 1-4 trap, whatever they need to do to claw their way. Look who's in front of them, though, the Flyers. You don't know what you're getting with them. Different team every night.
This year.
I don't get how. But anyway, I'm not going to waste time on that. Yeah. Rangers are getting in. Carolina's in. Pittsburgh's in. Who else am I missing here?
Capitals.
Yeah, no, they're all right. They got that guy, that young guy. Where's number 8? He's all right. Kind of a goal scorer. He should have a decent career.
Let's get into our contenders or pretenders.
You want to start in the West? Or you want to start in the East? Go East.
Well, let's start East. We were just talking about the Washington Capitals. They're a team also with questionable goaltending. It's not a chirp against them. It's just they're not proven yet. No. But Alex Ovechkin's got to be in the running for the Hart this year. If you took a vote right now, because I mean he's doing this all without Backstrom. Oshie's out. Eller was out. I think Sprong was out for a bit.
My boy Tom Wilson's he stepped up this year. Guy's a machine.
But I mean, Ovi's been incredible, and like you were saying just a second ago, Evgeny Kuznetsov. My buddy is a big Caps fan, and I asked him, I was like, where'd this come from? And I guess Kuzi stayed in Washington in the offseason and
didn't have any off-ice distractions.
No, he was not doing the old.
wasn't in the Russian super clubs.
No, he wasn't. But I mean, he looks healthier, looks better, and he's just been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the games because of my schedule and whatnot, but I caught a few of them when they were out west, and they look good.
Yeah, Florida looks great. Massive come from behind win yesterday against Buffalo.
Yeah, down 4-1.
Yeah,
Tampa's always there. And that's the thing. Freddie Anderson, though. I don't know. I think that's what it comes down to there. The team's good enough, obviously. It's just what Freddie does. Boston. It's about that time where Rask is coming back, I'm guessing, in the next month or so. He's going to sign for he'll sign for cheap. Where else is he going to go?
It's true.
He said
Boston's another team that's starting to – it looks like they're obviously slowing down.
Well, they've been around since 11. Right? Like, that's 10 years of being at the top. Like, what other teams have really been that consistent?
It's true.
I mean, Tampa, obviously. But other than those two have been the tops, really.
I was going to say what hurt Boston the most, though, was not filling David Krejci's hole. I thought Coyle might be able to do it. I don't think he obviously is the same caliber. I think that's a massive hole that they're missing because we saw what Krejci, Taylor Hall, and Craig Smith did last year as a line. It looked great at the end of the year. Taylor Hall got re-upped a few
$7
years
million
because of it.
though,
Exactly. And
right?
now they have a
And
2C.
DeBrusque wants out.
Rightfully, I mean, the kid wants top 6 minutes, fresh start, something else. That's something maybe Montreal could, if you want to bring a guy in, we give them a guy that could be more playoff playing for them. I don't know if it would be, I don't think Gallagher would go there. But I mean, if they wanted a Sherrod or somebody brought in, maybe take Jake DeBrusque cheap.
He's a good player. I like him.
Yeah, he's young. Obviously, this isn't a fix now kind of guy. It's just you need some stopgap or you need some kind of NHL caliber players while you do this. But
Calgary, Edmonton.
What's that?
Calgary, Edmonton.
Yeah,
he's a Western guy.
It's true.
So
his dad does
the Oiler games
for one of them, doesn't he?
Oilers, yeah, and he played junior in Swifty too. So
yeah,
he's from West. I mean,
okay, let's do pretenders in the East. I got to say Toronto until they win a playoff round, regardless of how they do in the regular season.
This team's a different animal this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. This is a good team.
Pretenders until
Hyman was the issue. They got rid of him. No, I like how Jack Campbell's playing.
He's playing great.
Do.
Yeah,
they're playing good defense too. Like they're not, blowing the zone early. Everybody's low and they're all coming out in sequence. They look good, and there hasn't really been a lull yet either.
No, just at the start of the year when they had a jersey tossed on the ice and they're talking about firing everybody, and then now they're first in the league, I think. So, is
that what it takes to throw a jersey?
Oh, Montreal did it last night. Who knows? And that's one thing. Like, don't toss your jersey. Like you can boo as much as you want.
You can e-transfer jersey to a kid. $300 if you want to just throw away money. I'll gladly
jersey to a kid. Donate it.
Yeah,
there's other ways to show your displeasure. Just don't disrespect the jersey.
Go on Twitter and verbally abuse every single player like they're gonna respond to you. That's a great idea.
All right, so Western, some more pretenders out of the East. Who's there but not quite there yet?
Philly, every year.
I don't get it. Playoffs this year, dude.
Who knows?
They're bad.
I don't know though. It's the Rangers.
I like how they're playing. I've been watching the Rangers a fair amount.
But what if they get? What if they get Florida, Tampa first round?
Yes.
Can you beat one of those teams 4-7?
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Do you have enough depth to beat these teams 4 out of 7?
They got a great top 6. Their decor is coming. Adam Fox is incredible playing with Lindgren. And then you got that Keandre Miller with Trouba. So like they're almost there. They're a couple pieces away from the Rangers from being like this team's good.
They'll be a team too at the deadline that will, because they're the Rangers
for top 6.
Yeah.
That's another team. Yep.
They're not there yet. Do they try and trade and go for it? And then that's the thing, right? If you trade and go for it, you don't make it out of the first round.
If I'm New York, I would go for a top 6 forward with term, not just a rental. Get a guy that's got a year or two, so you at least get 2 runs out of him. You know what I mean?
What do their contracts on their forwards look like? Because Kreider just got re-signed, right?
Kreider just got re-signed. You've got Panarin signed long-term. Stromer's there. I'm not sure if his contract's up this year.
I honestly, I have no idea.
Lafreniere's got another year left on his ELC. Kakko's due soon.
Yeah, I mean, depending on their cap space, right? Jersey, they're a bubble team, a little bit under. I like what's going on there, though.
I do too. I
They're
really like
they're
what
starting
they're
to
doing.
turn around. Kenzie
Blackwood's
Blackwood,
a
your
great
boy.
goalie. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Jack Hughes, I know he's just come back from injury. He's looking good. That Jesper
I'm a big
Bratt,
fan of Pavel Zacha. I like that guy.
yeah, that Jesper
Bratt,
Bratt is good too.
he's
Good
he's
fantasy
good.
sleeper for people that need to check in on that.
Even
Okay, so Western
Blackwood too.
Conference. Oh, sorry.
Blackwood's a good fantasy guy too. It's like
Yeah.
if you need a goal, like if you're saves and all that, like he
starts
makes
almost every
tons.
game.
He's unreal.
So let's move Western Conference. Obviously, contenders. You got your Avs, your Oilers. Calgary looks good this year, and Vegas.
St. Louis.
St. Louis having a bounce back year. They're looking strong. They've got
Bingo's
a couple
in.
COVID issues.
Yeah, bingo.
Yeah.
Dallas bubble. The
Now
Jets.
that Robertson kid's a great pickup fantasy too. If
I
he's
picked
available.
up that. Who did I pick up today? The rookie from the Leafs. What's his name? Bunting?
Yeah. The 26-year-old rookie.
Yeah. He's gonna ask for $9 million next year. It's okay. I got Kip too, so it's all good. I don't know.
Like
Like
the West for you.
I had the Jets, but this is like, how do you explain that?
I don't know.
It's like the wheels completely fell off and they went like right off the cliff.
It's weird because we're pumping them up too so much. I mean, they did such great moves in the offseason. Vezina caliber goalie, great decor, arguably one of the best top sixes in the league.
Top goalie too.
Yeah.
Miller hasn't scored. He's 1,000th game tonight. I don't know. Like I went and watched them play Pittsburgh last week, 2 weeks. I don't know, whatever. And this team looked like all world against Pittsburgh, dominating. The shots were 29-6 halfway through the game, and then they had 5 shots in the second half of the game and ended up losing. Like, I don't know what happened. They just fell apart.
But
people
they feel
want
like a team
Maurice.
That can rattle off a bunch of wins too. Like Helly gets hot, Ehlers, all them get going.
What was I going to say?
About the Jets?
Everyone wants Maurice fired. They want him fired. Who are you bringing in? Torts?
Berge.
Julien.
Claude Julien Bergevin.
Claude Julien's going to go to Vancouver in a sick twist.
You think so?
One of my group chats came up at Bruce Boudreau.
Oh, yeah, he's available.
Be a decent team for him to take.
You imagine Torch goes over there and Dubois is like, what the fuck do I have to do?
I'm out. That's what happened to Dale.
Trade me.
Yeah, that's it. I'm out. I'm getting on a plane. I'm out of here. Back to Colombo.
For Line
A comes back.
Ross too gets thrown in there. What the fuck did I do? No, but like you got to think Colorado Avalanche. The only thing that makes me worried is obviously Kemper going down. They got nobody in net. I know they have that Noonan guy or whatever, but I mean nothing proven in net. And it seems like the last few years, this is what Colorado's downfall is.
Is Kemper that good? Or was he just on a shit team that allowed 60 shots a game and he saved 55?
I think that's. I think
he's still good. You're still allowing 5 goals a game.
Yeah, I think he's good, but I think obviously his worth may have been inflated a bit more. We saw what you brought it up too. Grubauer going to Seattle. He looked dynamite on the Avs, and then this year you think he'd win a few games for Seattle, and goalie position is a weird thing because it relies so much on your decor and how the teams in front of you play. We saw it with this is not a chirp on him. Zach Vucali, he had great teams his whole life growing up. Major Junior in Halifax, the World Juniors, won at every level, and then just never made in the NHL. And it's because I think
Dustin Tokarski.
Yeah,
I mean
he's another one.
Buffalo, but won at every level.
Exactly. It's just when you're a goalie, a good team can hide a lot of things, just like a Carey Price can hide a lot of bad things about a team. It
Look at
goes both ways.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah,
Vezina, right? And
exactly.
look at him in Chicago. Can only
do so much.
Yeah. Chicago, meh, shit show this year. I thought they would have been a little better, but
Like,
Vegas.
How do they not figure it out? Like you get raked through the coals on how you handle a situation, and then it seems like every week they fuck it up again. It's incredible. No comment. It's fine. But no, just quickly back to the contenders in the West. Would you could you imagine if
Ducks.
you have a healthy,
let's go,
sneaky contender?
I think they get in just because that division is shit.
Yeah,
like that's garbage.
They have arguably Say's starting goalie, John Gibson. Him, Helly, Campbell,
stud.
John Gibson, stud, and then Hampus Lindholm's another sneaky good defenseman. People forget. Jamie Drysdale's doing good. Cam Fowler,
Kevin Shattenkirk.
Shatty's putting up numbers this year.
Yeah, he's got like I think 17, 18 points already.
Getzlaf signed a new deal and also shedded like 15 years off his game. He looks good again. I know he's hurt. He's week to week now, but he's looked unreal. You've talked about Troy Terry.
What was that point
Trevor
streak
Zegras.
at? 19 games for Terry?
Yeah.
They got Max Comtois.
Mason McTavish, Trevor Zegras. I know McTavish is back in junior now, but
yeah, he'll be on the World Junior team.
Yeah. The Ducks are looking good. They're young and like they're so off the radar and nobody pays attention, but
because nobody watches those West teams. It's like watching the Kings. Like with my schedule, I only get late games right now. So, I mean, I'm on the Duck wagon every night. Like, let's go. Then there's the Evander Kane-less Sharks.
Yeah, what a mess that is. I mean, it had to be done, right? Only so much stuff can happen before the dressing room just kind of gives up on them.
Did you see the video?
What video?
The gun pointing video?
No.
You didn't see it? I'll send it to you. It's allegedly. No face. Can't even see it. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, it's funny. But no, Vegas has got to get it together.
Yeah. Well, they got Patch and Stone back now. Eichel's skating.
Good for my fantasy team. I need that.
Okay, if you're a Vegas fan, obviously your decor is incredible. Shea Theodore, Petrangelo, Zach Whitecloud, Martinez is a underrated defenseman. Your goaltending, though, can Leonard take you the whole way?
I think the bigger question is, can you outscore your problems with Leonard? Because he's been a Jennings Trophy winner on 2 teams, I believe, before this.
Good point.
Brossoit the guy's a legit backup. He's been in Winnipeg long enough. He's serviceable.
Okay, so then you look at your forward group. You got to think Eichel's going to be in between Stone and Pacioretty,
which moves down Connor Stevenson with
Marchessault, Smith,
and then
wingers. Because Alex Tuck is gone. He's actually a valuable piece for them. He's going to Buffalo.
I want to see Peyton Krebs come up. And then with Patty, I don't know if he's. I have no idea.
Wasn't Krebs in that deal?
Yeah, he was. That's right. He's playing in Rochester. My bad. Whoops. Yeah. Oops.
No, but I think if Edmonton can fix their decor a bit, like tweak it a little bit.
I don't trust Mike Smith.
That like
not at all.
If you're Edmonton, you got to be calling Gordon and going, Jake or Carey Price. What's the fee here? If you guys retain salary, we give you XYZ.
Yeah. We'll give you Draisaitl. You give us Price. Click.
Okay, Leon and Connor for Carey Price. Gordon's like, nope.
Ring, ring. Hello. Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But
No, I
seriously,
mean,
though,
if
what
Edmonton
it's like,
gets a goalie, though,
I don't think he'd look good
I
in
like
an
the
Oilers
Flames.
jersey.
I like the
You
Flames
like the
too. I think
Flames?
Markstrom and net, he's solid.
Stud. Vancouver shouldn't have got rid of that guy. They should have kept him.
No, yeah,
And like
100%.
Vancouver,
The fuck's going on there?
I
They're not
was
as bad as
was
the
bad.
Habs, but
I was bad mouthing Pedersen, and what does he do? He fucking get one rip right in the back of the net, and the boy looks at me and goes, "What'd you say?" I go, "Whatever." Got up, left the room. I'm like, I'm not watching this anymore.
that's another team that you got to think they're on the border of rebuild or
Travis,
retool.
I think, how do you rebuild? Like, you have
Tear it
some
down, the Arizona
garbage.
style.
You have
Tear it down.
Well, then send all your shit contracts there. Then maybe you can get Andrew Ladd from Arizona too while you're at it. Like, he's
You got
top
JT
center.
Miller. JT Miller is
That guy is trade bait, but I don't think he wants to go.
He'd be good on another team.
Oh yeah, back to Tampa.
Add him to a top 6 or a top 9.
Did you see that goal the other night? Jeez.
I know. I take him every year, Nancy. Every year.
Do you have him in fantasy though? Like in our league?
In our other league.
Oh, I was gonna say you want to make a trade.
Okay, so let's get on the topic of. I know you want to talk about Brad Marchand.
I was looking today. After his 3-game suspension ends, first game back is in Vancouver.
Is it?
Couldn't ask for a better scheduling. Maybe that's why they gave him 3 games.
Oh, they could have.
It was probably 2, but you give him 3, let him come back in Vancouver.
What did you think of that? Obviously a slew foot on Ekman Larson. But how does PK keep getting away with this? He just keeps fines.
Right? Marshand was like, fuck it, I'm doing it. Like, here we go. But like PK's like, that's like skating beside a guy up the ice and you kind of stick your leg a little bit out and you kind of push on his blade and he goes for a ride and you just sit there and go, right? It's a dirty move. I like it though.
But no, and then we had the glove toss to Panarin, which was hilarious. Or sorry, Panarin throws his glove at Marshand.
That's not what he said to him. 100% that's not what he said to him. Yeah, I know. Come on. He's not throwing gloves at him for that.
Because Panarin's been like wanted for opposing Putin. So if Marshy's like nobody in your country likes you, could have fired him up. It's just hilarious. So Panarin just doesn't even think twice. As you could just see deliberately grab his glove and he's like, "Fuck you! It's all I can do."
Pasternak's the best though. Just and then right back to the game, just like, what the hell was that? They just right. But that's the thing though. If Marchand comes out and says, "This is what I said to him," who is in between the benches there? Confirm nor deny. What was it? You heard it.
Yeah, no. Oh, who was it? It was Was it
That's
Hextall?
what I'm saying. No, it wasn't.
Or Kaplan.
Might have been Kaplan. Like,
because I know she had to hit the mute button. I think it was.
Yeah. So that's not what he said.
No.
What did he say?
Not what he said. It'll never come out what he said unless they get on a show and they actually let it fly. Quickly, did you see Cole Caulfield's nickname that Weber gave him? The Cock? That was hilarious. I just made me think of it. But no, speaking, so suspensions and shit, while we're on the topic, Brendan Lemieux, Brady Tkachuk. What are your thoughts here?
The aftermath was better. He fucking bit me. It's bullshit.
You could see the marks and Lemieux's like, I didn't do it.
Like, he's got a huge head. Like, man. You bite a guy? Really?
In a pandemic?
With the chrome helmet on? Show some respect.
I love it too because it shows back like 20 years and it's Keith Tkachuk and Claude Lemieux fighting at the World Cup.
You fucking want one? Right? Speaking of
Can you
going back,
imagine
I
the
think it was
Kachucks are walking and they see the Lemieux somewheres? Just a full out fucking brawl.
just a throwdown.
Bite marks everywhere. Because Claude Lemieux, I think, got suspended for biting too. I think they're the first father-son duo to get suspended for biting in the NHL. Probably the last duo.
Hold my beer.
But he gets, 5 games for that?
Whoa. You bit a guy. I
don't know how do you do that.
What's going through your mind? Like, I can see, like, if it's a giant scrum and someone's got, like, their stick on the back of your neck and, like, someone's hand's right there, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's nobody else there.
Effort.
Right?
I don't know. He could have been pinned, and he's like, "Fuck it, this is all I got."
Jeez. Well, look at the schedule. I don't need to go on this road trip. I'm biting someone.
I want to go home.
Yeah, I'm taking a holiday. See you, boys.
No, it's just
Then the comments.
Just weird how
the comments that came out after, though. Nobody on that team likes him. Guy's a joke. No one likes him.
Comments were fantastic.
And then his brother goes, "He's not wrong." And then Doughty and Kachuk got back in it. Was it just the other day? Last night? Maybe. Last night.
Oh, really? I missed the late game. But John Quick came out and said, like, "Oh, we love Lemieux," like the typical teammate response. But I found Kachuk's
Quick just doesn't want to get traded.
When Brady Kachuk is calling you a brickhead, it's time to just fold that up. Like Kachuk, hang up the skates. Like Brady Kachuk, of all people, that big melon head, is calling Lemieux a brickhead.
That is a massive melon, though. Like, it's huge. You a Matt Kachuk or Brady Kachuk guy? Who you taking?
I like Brady. I know that's kind of
that's your opinion.
Off. That's taboo here on Habs thing because the whole KK fucking fiasco. But I like how Brady plays. I like the guy that leads by example. If he's not putting up points, he'll beat the wheels off you. He shows up every night. He cares. I'm not saying it's not me saying Matthew's not like that. It's just I like how Brady plays.
I'll hold you to that. Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion.
It's like a talented younger Gallagher that will fight people, in my opinion. Like he's gonna be the motor of the Ottawa Senators for years and years, and now he's got the C on his chest.
Not Timmy Stew, Jimmy Stew, whatever you want to call him.
I'm not a Stutzel guy.
I'm a Batherson guy.
Batherson's sweet. He played in the Junior A League where I'm from. No, I just think Stutzel stops the
Junior A League from where you're from. Guys got in a brawl in the middle.
The Fredericton Red Wings.
Yeah.
Fighting in the hallway.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I usually have my Red Wings hat in here, but I don't know where it is.
Had a few cans and lost it, didn't you?
Yeah. I cleaned up the old office. But no, I just want to – so we talked about your Young Gun Ducks, the Islanders. Who are you most surprised with so far?
I was actually just going to bring that up. The Ducks, obviously. Buffalo came out the game hot. I was like, hey, I'm pulling for these guys. Yeah. And, well, Buffalo going to do Buffalo things. The Leafs rolling the way they are, like they steamrolled Colorado. And you see that Matthews goal in front of the net?
Yeah, it was sick. It was nice hands.
Filthy. Wouldn't have got the puck up as fast if the mustache was still there, but whatever. Who else? Carolina being as hot, they kind of cooled off. But yeah, I think Calgary's one of those teams that's up there that they're low key going. St. Louis. Dallas is, I think Dallas will get in and maybe upset a team.
Yeah. The Ducks obviously are a surprise. I got to go with Calgary. I thought Calgary was going to be in a rebuild, retool spot.
I thought Monahan and Boudreau were out the door by now.
Yeah. So
contracts expiring though, right?
That is true. So quarter way through the season, obviously those are the few teams that are surprising us. If you had to say right now, in December, who's your Cup champion at the end of the year, barring any crazy injuries or shit like that?
I'm going to stick with what I said before the season. I'm going Winnipeg, Carolina. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna live on that sword. I mean, I took Florida to win it all last year, so right.
I like that.
And let's talk. Hey, Jonathan Huberto. Can we talk about him for a second?
Sure.
That guy is low key got to be in the MVP talk. No, it's like 3-4 points a game.
Leon, you have Huberto, you have Ovi, you got a surprising Nazem Kadri, top 3 in points. Who saw that coming? Nobody.
He's on the Nate McKinnon diet, probably. That's why.
Yeah.
Has to be. It's the only thing that makes sense.
It's crazy what they're doing. But I was just going to say who I thought, you know what? I'm going to go Edmonton, Florida. Just fucking off the rails. Edmonton, Florida.
Such an ugly jersey clash, though. I don't like that.
Minnesota Wild, sneaky good.
Ooh, you know what? We haven't even talked about them. That team is good.
Krill's,
yeah, he's got him going. Gugalewski back on D there. Cam Talbot,
yeah. Ryan Hartman's having a great year.
I liked him when he was in where did he go? He was in Chicago, traded to Nashville, or was it the other way around?
I think he went to Nashville. We're not stats guys.
Either way, he was in both. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, nice plug. But yeah, no, that team, Nashville, man, they're sneaky up there. Like Matt Duchene apparently is a goal scorer again.
Yeah, Duchene, Johansson have completely turned it around. Philip Forsberg
had 4 the other night.
Yeah.
I tried to pick him up, but apparently he's already picked up.
Saros is good.
Sneaky good too.
Tristan Yarry, Pittsburgh, sneaky good.
Matt Murray, horribly bad.
AHL bad.
Yeah. Wow. What? $6 million in the whatever. He makes more money that way. Good for him.
But no, just moving along. Just
when does Edmonton? When do Carolina's here next week in Winnipeg? So that'll be a fun game to watch because it might cup pick. But I wonder when Edmonton's in Florida or Florida's in Edmonton. That'd be pretty cool.
Be 2 very fast, skilled hockey teams.
Oh yeah.
No, but since it's December now, we're recording Friday night. World Juniors coming up. The best hockey of the year. My favorite hockey of the year.
Rivals Mem Cup, I would say.
Really?
But
I have World Juniors up there.
I love them. I love the Mem Cup. But no, I already got my Boxing Day planned out, so I'm hoping to be in the semifinals for fantasy football. I'm honestly not even in the playoffs yet. I'm fighting for my life this week. It's not cool. But then that Canada's it's in Edmonton Red Deer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Canada will have.
It's in
What?
Oh, second here. It is not. It is.
No.
Okay, yeah, Edmonton Red Deer.
Okay, I was like, don't. I was like, yeah, nah.
Tricked you.
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, so Canada will have the good draw. So at least you can kind of plan your day around that. Yeah. Because there's football on all day. There's football on Christmas Day too.
Yeah. And then what I like about the World Juniors too is it's good hockey because they're just obviously just playing for they're not getting paid. It's for the love of the game, for your country. And then watching all these prospects move up and down depth charts, seeing how they fare out against other prospects. Obviously, the Canada-US matchups are fun. And I don't know if it's I like the holidays because World Juniors, or I like the World Juniors so much because it's the holidays, but they go hand in hand, and it's just as soon as World Juniors are over, it's fuck.
Schedule out yet?
Haul. I imagine it would be. It starts in 3 weeks.
Schedule should
there'd be teams getting ready to fly in soon.
What's the quarantine there?
If they're double vaxxed, they probably don't have to quarantine with negative tests.
Sweet.
I'm not sure if they're bubbling up when they're in there or not.
Well, the dub's still rolling, right?
That's what I mean.
I
Like, I
mean,
wonder if it's like years prior where the dub and the junior teams keep playing. It is a 2-week tournament, basically.
Winnipeg Ice, #1 in the country, though. Just, shameless plug there. 5-6 weeks in a row. Team's just rolling.
And quickly, the thing about the juniors, Caden Gooley just traded to Edmonton
Oil Kings.
He'll be on Team Canada, guaranteed lock on D. Potential captain, too. World Juniors should be fun.
How many returnees they got coming back?
I honestly have no idea. It's so weird because a guy can play 1 year and then next year he doesn't even get an invite. Like the junior age is so weird depending on their development.
There was that defenseman in the O that didn't get an invite, and people are up in arms about it.
Oh, Brant Clark or something?
Yeah, like apparently he's a stud, like first round pick or something.
He's an LA pick, I believe.
I know Lambos is on the team from Winnipeg here. He went. He's mini draft pick.
It's like I don't know. It's just a fun tournament to see NHL players, draft picks. I mean, everybody's watching, looking for their team's prospects. I think that's the fun part of it.
Well, and you get the Sweden, Finland, Canada, Russia, US. Like I'm Canada, like US. I don't. Is Canada and US in the same pool?
No. I'm not too sure. I can probably check that for you though. But either way, those are starting soon.
That's got to be the New Year's Eve game, right?
Yeah. So group, let's see. Top division. So Group A has Canada, Finland, Germany, Czech Republic, Austria. Group B, States, Russia, Sweden, Switzerland.
So we're getting.
So that Group B's got.
We'll get Canada, Finland, New Year's Eve then, I guess.
Most likely, yeah. Okay, so New Year's Eve we have Canada against Finland.
Nailed
at
it.
1700.
Like your time?
Alberta time. That'll be Alberta time.
6 o'clock me, 8 o'clock you. That's not bad.
No. So Canada opens up the tournament against Czech Republic Boxing Day against Czech Republic.
17 again?
Yep.
Nice.
It seems
That'll
like
be all right.
I think Canada's playing at 17 local time in Alberta for the round robin. And then I'm looking to see what they have for the other group. United States, Russia.
Boxing Day or New Year's Eve?
7:30 New Year's Eve. 7:30 Alberta time.
Ooh. So it's like 8:39 here. Oh baby, let's go.
It's a great I love the whole New Year's Eve one. Like I used to love it when Canada played US New Year's Eve.
Oh, it's the best. You always get together with everyone, and that's like
everybody. Yeah.
That's your pregame, right?
And that's why I always ask like Victor Mete and Paling and them when we had them on the show. I asked them about that because they're the ones that played in that outdoor game in Buffalo.
That was a shit show though.
I know it sucks, but like it's such a cool.
It's cool. Like, it's cool to be a part. Yeah. Which like I was talking to a buddy at work too. Like, why not just do the tournament here and in the States every year? You go over to Europe, and unless the country's playing, nobody's there.
Yeah, because they're trying to grow the game. But I mean, just like the gate revenue, the attention it gets when it's over here. I mean, Sweden gets a fair amount. Sweden, Finland. Where do they play the year? A couple years ago, right before COVID, where they had that horrible penalty song that got annoying real quick.
I'm gonna say the Czech.
Anyways, but it's in Canada this year. It should be a fun time. That's it for the World Juniors, but starting in 3 weeks, kind of pumped for that. Okay, so last thing before we get going here, the game you're looking forward to this weekend, and maybe some fantasy sleepers for the ones that have stuck around this long.
I'm looking around for Bombers Riders Sunday afternoon, baby. West Final. Let's go. As for actually, I'm gonna probably watch Jets Devils tonight. I don't know. I like the Devils. And I got a game later on tonight, so
Tomorrow with St. Louis Blues against the Florida Panthers should be a good one. That's an afternoon game starting at 1 o'clock Eastern. And
you know
then,
what we haven't said though? Detroit. That team
what
is
Yzerman's doing there, he's doing exactly what he did in Tampa. Building.
There's a lot of shit games on tomorrow, to be honest with you.
But there's a Minnesota against Toronto, which I'll probably tune into a little bit. That's two heavyweights.
Sunday. Leafs, Jets. My buddy's the E-Bug, so we'll see what happens.
Quickly for just fantasy sleepers before we log off. Jason Robertson on Dallas was hurt to start the year. The point per game player. He's over a point per game now. I think he's owned like 70% or 75% Yahoo Fantasy. Check him out if he's available. Blackwood, like Derek said earlier, if you need a goalie, he plays a lot. Some Anaheim players that some people are sleeping on. Trevor Zegras, he's on fire now. Drysdale, Troy Terry's probably taking in a lot of leagues.
Kempe Alafalo for the Kings. Yeah. It all depends what your league is too, right? So
exactly.
Bushnevich and Sod in St. Louis. Yeah. Money. A lot of guys I traded him for Ryan O'Reilly. I actually just traded. Who did I trade the other day? Iafallo and Andrew Kopp. One was fucking hurt. So Iafallo and Kopp for Zach Hyman, and Hyman just got put back with McDavid. So winning.
But anyways, that's what we like to do, is just give you guys a hand. If you have any questions, obviously, comment video, find us on social medias. We'd love to help you out, fantasy hockey, or just shoot the shit with you. Obviously, subscribe to the channel. Tons coming out now. Obviously, with lots of clips, direction for the Montreal Canadiens. I'm sure Dale will get on here now that he's back playing. He's been kind of busy, but it's been
big
fun.
League today. Big time.
Big league does today because he's got to get up early tomorrow morning, is what he said. But
whatever. I'll talk to him about that.
And
maybe we'll try. Sure, but we'll try and maybe do a Christmas special for
Christmas cans.
Christmas cans. I don't know. We'll figure something out before Christmas. We'll try and make it work with our schedules.
We'll try to start recording more too.
Pre-records work too, right? So anyways, enjoy this, everyone, if you stuck around all that. I got nothing else. I'm done.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Fired up. Enjoy your cans safely and responsibly. We'll catch you guys next time. Have a good one, guys and girls.